5-minute
call. This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall.
Hey, what's up? This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall. Today we have on the line Miss Ann Butler. Now, Holly is an amazing chick, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her. Her top 5 are as follows. Number 1, she is currently in On the Town on Broadway, and they're getting ready for their big opening. So congratulations, Holly. Happy opening. Number 2, she just recently closed the national tour of Evita, where she understudied the title role and looked fabulous in that dress, might I add. And then before that, she was on the national tour of Flashdance. Number 3, she is no newbie to Broadway. This is actually her 3rd Broadway show. She has also been seen in Grease, and she did How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying with the lovely Mr. Jonas. Number 4, she is originally from Jacksonville, Florida, and she attended Florida State University, my alma mater. And number 5, although she's passionate about many, many things in her life, one of her dearest and nearest to her heart is her sweet dog, Wesley, who is joining us here on set. Hey, Holly, how's it going?
It's going well. Wes is very, very camera shy, apparently.
So, Holly, we'll just jump right in. Tell me a little bit about your journey from high school to college to Broadway.
I went to this performing arts high school. It was a great program. They taught us Stanislavski our freshman year. Like, it was really very serious. But then I auditioned for a bunch of different colleges and ended up choosing Florida State, mostly because it was in-state and they had a really good musical theater program. As soon as I graduated, I moved as quickly as I could to New York and just started the hustle as swiftly as possible.
So now tell me a little bit about, like, for you, what was the moment that you knew, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I love?
I was one of those kids who was always performing, even when I was growing up. Like, I would make up dances and do them on the coffee table and make my parents watch me. Like, I was one of those kids. My sister and I both are performers, and so we did a lot of that growing up. So I think it was sort of always kind of assumed that this is what I would be doing, you know? I sort of had the opposite experience as everyone else. When I got to high school, I had a moment where I thought, oh gosh, should I do something real instead? Real, you know. I was like, should I go to school for like a normal job and like get a normal degree? And my mom and I had a really long conversation about it, and I thought, no, I don't really want to do anything else, you know? And even if it's going to be hard, then this is what I want to be doing. So here I am.
So what is the most memorable moment you've had either on stage or off stage in your career?
I think one of the most like defining moments of, you know, I'm doing this is really happening. Grease was my first Broadway show, and I was hired as a swing for 2 months while the swing dance captain left to set the national tour. And I had been with the show for maybe 6 or 7 days, and I got thrown on for Rizzo with almost no rehearsal. They had taught me the choreography, but you know, like we'd done act 1 with some of the understudies, but we'd never done act 2, and like it was like, good luck, you know. And I was standing like getting ready to open up the door, and I had a moment that I was just like, oh my God, this is it. Like this is it. I'm getting ready to, you know, be in my first Broadway show. But, you know, having this sort of like dream of Broadway for your whole life, you know, getting to do it for the first time is pretty life-changing.
Now, thanks to our lovely Twitter followers, thank you, Twitter followers, we have a couple of questions. So the question I will ask you from Twitter is, if you weren't a Broadway performer, what would you want to be doing?
When I went through my little life crisis of should I be doing something else, the 2 professions that I was looking into into doing were, I thought about going to law school.
Okay.
Because it's sort of like acting, or like, you know. But the other thing that I wanted to do was, I really, growing up, for some reason, wanted to be the ambassador to France, because that's a normal thing for kids to want to be.
Absolutely. Lawyer.
So I almost went to school for linguistics. I really am super fascinated by language, and I mean, I think a lot of that ties into what I do anyways, but I'm super fascinated by that, and I really just wanted to move to Paris. I still kind of do, but...
Now, the last question for you, Holly, is if you could go back in time and tell your 16-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh man, I would tell my 16-year-old self not to listen to people when they tell you no or you can't do something. I've had a lot of great experiences, and I've had a lot of great mentors, but I've also had some people over the years that, you know, through no fault of their own, you know, just had a really profound impact on me, that they said, you know, you'll never do this. If you keep, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll never be successful, all of this stuff, or even just like not getting the role you wanted, or not getting, the things going the way that you want them to. Like, for every person that says no, there's going to be someone else who's going to say yes. You just kind of have to keep going. If this is what you really want to be doing, then you can be doing it. It just might not look the way that you thought it was going to look at first. But that there's always an avenue, that there's always a way to get to the place that you want to get to, even if it's not the way that you originally thought it was going to be.
Thank you so much for your great advice and for chatting with us. It's lovely to see you again. And I know you guys have a matinee today, so.
We do, yes.
Yes. Yep. So break a leg tonight and happy opening.
Bye.
Ba-da-da.